All right, so you want to become a meme coin millionaire. I don't blame you. Well, fortunately, the market is absolutely pumping and millionaires are being printed every single day. So I want to make this video because not only are we going to go through the top meme coins of the cycle, we're also going to go through some hidden gems that people like Murad, who basically kicked off this entire meme coin cycle, are holding and have bought, but it's not really public yet. So I got a lot of goodies for you today. Let's start here on CoinMarketCap. Let's get some context to this meme coin party that everybody seems to be cashing in on at the moment. In the last 30 days, guys, we've gone from a $47 billion market cap up to a $70 billion market cap in just 30 days. And since Trump got elected, the 24 hours after that, we went from a $55 billion market cap, giant surge. They added $15 billion of value to meme coins in total. And that's allowed these sorts of results to happen. This is Kakashi on Twitter. He tweets these success stories with meme coins. He says this was $217 about 16 days ago. And this was the coin Mudeng. And we're going to be talking about the specific coins a little bit later in this video, but I want to show you these success stories first. $217 to $1.3 million US in 16 days. You think that's impressive? You should check out this mad lad who bought $1,000 worth of Peanut, the meme coin, yesterday, and it's up to $1 million in one day. Have a look at this, guys. Bought $1,100 worth, unrealized profit, $1 million US in one day. And why is this possible? Well, because the fear and greed index has entered the green zone for the first time in a few months. You can see we had it earlier this year and people absolutely printed money. Well, it seems at the moment that we are back and the opportunities are asymmetric. And opportunities everywhere, to be honest, are asymmetric. But memes specifically are outperforming other utility altcoins and of course the big layer ones as well. Murad, who we're going to be talking about a lot. This guy basically single-handedly kicked off this meme coin run, and he's got some really strong philosophies around meme coins that he literally thinks that he is going to become a billionaire in 2025, and other billionaires and millionaires, potentially people like me and you, can be made with this very simple strategy. He says the best performing coins over the last 60 days, 11 out of 15 of them are meme coins. This is why it's called the meme coin cycle. You can see the best one being the SPX 6900, his strongest conviction, something which I'm going to show you his portfolio. He holds $26 million US worth, of which some people are like, oh, that's really biased, and it sucks that he holds $26 million worth because he's just trying to pump his own bags. And then other people are like, oh, it's good that he actually puts his money where his mouth is and he has skin in the game. So depending on where you fall, just know that he has a lot of money in almost all these tokens. We'll go through them in a second. But you can see 11 out of 15 of the highest gainers in the last 2 months have been meme coins. Now, this is Murad's officially published on his Twitter highest conviction list, and there's 10 of them. He posted this when he acquired 2.8% of the supply of the SPX 6900, which he thinks he can get to a $100 billion level. But why I show you this is because this also has his 9 other highest convictions, as he says in there, with their targets on how high he thinks he can go, and the reason that he bought in, because he spent months in the Discords and in the Telegram groups of 10,000 meme coins, I believe he's claiming. And he said that these are the top 10. But however, there are 2 tokens that Murad is holding and Murad has bought. We have the receipts where he bought them that aren't on this list. I'm going to make sure you get those names of those 2 tokens in this video. We're going to investigate them together closer to the end. But it's important to know that you haven't missed out yet. A lot of people are like, oh, meme coins have come. Now it's time to go into AI or gaming coins. If you're following someone like Murad and you're following historic prices, you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. And in fact, if you're watching this video close to the time I put this out, you're actually really early. Let's have a look what Murad says. The real bull market mania, always happens in the 4th year of the cycle. We're currently in the 3rd year of the cycle. The 4th year being 2025. 2025 is setting up to be the biggest year in the history of cryptocurrency, which is a massive call. To think that you've had years where Bitcoin has gone 1,000, 2,000%. You've had things like 2021 where everyone was just making so much money. Alex Becker would mention Altura and it would go up 15x overnight. Insanity. And so to think that this will be the biggest year, which is next year, makes me really excited personally. Top meme coin cults will offer the highest returns by far. This is the Murad thesis here. Top meme coin cults. Now, what sort of returns is he projecting? He says multiple meme coins, so I'm guessing that's at least 10 to 20 meme coins, will go above $10 billion in this cycle. And some of these meme coins aren't created yet or are still sitting under a $10 million market cap. You've got a lot of potential if you know where to look. The best meme coins, and this is really something unique that he brought to the table. I'll also say Cassius Clay has the same thesis, who turned 15 grand into 15 mil. So they're both big dogs in the meme world. But he keeps introducing the target of $100 billion plus, which is just lifts the ceiling of what everyone else was projecting. If you're buying into a coin that has a $3 billion market cap, you feel like you've already missed it. Well, not really. If the ceiling is truly $100 billion, you've still got a 33x to go. He says this is a new, much bigger post-Doge paradigm. And let me show you guys how big that actually is. So this is the SPX 6900. This is Murad's strongest conviction. And it's funny when I show this graph because it literally is breaking the DEX screen of charts. In order to see how high it went, you have to scroll up to see it's currently sitting at a $780 million market cap. It absolutely skyrocketed after months of consolidation. And really blew everyone's hat off. So that was very impressive. But let me put it in context for you. So this is Dogecoin, the biggest meme coin there is, and the biggest meme coin of the last cycle. It's currently sitting at a $29 billion fully diluted value. However, we look at the historic value, it crossed the $80 billion level. People say it even crossed to the $94 billion level, but I think that was a wick and not necessarily a candle. But we can say that it definitely crossed the $80 billion level, which if we come back here and have a look at this graph, so this is up until 2021, just pre-bull market, and we go back here and we'd be like, okay, have you missed this? Because this absolute rocket of a token has absolutely propelled into the atmosphere. Well, we're at a $775 million valuation. According to Murad and someone like Cassius Clay, the top meme coins are going to go to 100 billion. So you can see we would rank in about where my mouse is still too high, about here. So halfway up this candle. So even if we're going to go to a $1.4 billion market cap, like somewhere up here, you'd still double your money. And if we were going to do what Doge did, bam, you would 8x your money there. Bam, now you're 10x your money there, 12x your money there, and we're still not there. Now it's a $40 billion market cap. Now you're 50x your money. Now it's an $80 billion market cap, and you've got that 100x on your money, even though it's currently sitting close to $1 billion. This is Murad's thesis, is that you're infinitely more likely to catch a 100x holding what's called cult memes, more than gambling on new launches or being in the trenches, which is, to be fair, the couple of examples that I showed you at the start, both Mudeng and Peanut, are the new tokens that are in the trenches. I'm going to go through Murad's criteria in a second, but I want to show you one more graph to show you how early it is, potentially, if SPX or this meme coin list that Murad is talking about is the portfolio to be holding, how early we are. So this is Dogecoin in the blue on Google Trends, which shows you how much people are looking on Google for Dogecoin. And now, obviously, this peak up here is going to coincide with the Dogecoin pumping, because that's when more and more people who are further down the news cycle, the retail money, the dumb money as they call people, the mainstream, are starting to get in, and everyone's neighbor and everyone's granddad is buying Dogecoin. That is when it's going to peak, and that's when we get out. That's called exit liquidity. I'm going to show you a graph in a second. I can actually pull it forward and show you now. You want to be here, accumulating these tokens in the green zone. That's where you get those 100x's. Most people in the mainstream are going to be accumulating at all-time highs. This is not what we want for ourselves. We want to be selling as we're reaching all-time highs and cashing in on those 100x's or 20x gains. And so you can see here, even Dogecoin, which is still the biggest meme coin out there, and we actually had it pulled up, so I'll grab it back again. So if we go back to the Dogecoin graph, we can see if we go the last 7 days, we've had a 25% increase in Dogecoin, which is about an $8 million added into that market cap, and it's currently sitting at 20 cents. It's had a very nice run up from 14 cents to 20 cents. That's a lot of volume going in to an old token, which, if you have a look at Google Trends, you can see that's how much demand is currently being looked into Dogecoin. Imagine when the masses come around. And so the SPX 6900, which is Murad's highest conviction new meme coin, is still less than 1. So we can't even tell in the relation to Doge how in demand this search is because it's less than 1. It could be 1/1000th or it could be 1/5. We don't know. We just know it's a lot smaller than Doge's interest, which Doge's interest is a lot smaller than when it peaks. So this is a sign that we are extremely early. Doesn't necessarily mean that SPX 6900 is where the money is going to flow, but that is our job, is to research these tokens and figure out where that money is going to flow when retail arrives. This tweet here by Murad went viral. This is one of his most seen tweets, I believe. It's about 468,000, at least recently. And he said, this is why millions of people will be buying cult meme coins this cycle. So very important to understand. This is how he's distinguishing between meme coins. There's going to be millions, tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of meme coins created, and only 0.00001% are going to make it and be able to 100x our money. And he calls those the cult meme coins because they're the ones that are really treated more as religions than meme coins, really gatherings where people aren't focused on the price more than the actual movement. The SPX 6900 is basically sticking it to the old school stock market, trying to flip the stock market. They have a really high mimetic ceiling. And this is why he's saying that the younger kids and the younger generations will be buying up these cult meme coins, is because the boomers bought up real estate. Real estate is insanely overinflated for people who weren't buying it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's now anyone can get a loan for it, and it's pushed all the prices through the roof. And then it transitioned to the S&P 500, which will give you 8 to 10% a year, which doesn't really out-earn monetary inflation anymore. But if you were earlier in it, you would be compounding your interest and having a lot of money being printed through that. Then he says people have moved on to things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But he's saying this cycle, you probably only hit a 2 or a 4x. Ether's already hit $3,000. Is it going to hit 10 grand? We don't know, but that's still only a 3x on your money, which that doesn't excite people in crypto. Then you have altcoins, utility altcoins, which we discuss a lot on this channel. They say 100x marked up VC bags, meaning people are getting in early and they're not fairly launched. And a lot of the team and a lot of the insiders are buying these tokens, and we're not really getting access to the 100x's. We may get a 4, we may get a 10x, but the 100x's aren't there for us. And then he says people get into perp trading, but he says that's hyper competitive between the whales that are out there with crazy amounts of bags and can manipulate the market, big time institutions or quants or people who literally study these charts 18 hours a day and have advanced AI algorithms who are helping them trade. You don't really stand a chance if you don't know what you're doing. So people get pushed into this area here, the gambling meme coins, which he says most of the meme coins, is like there's millions of them, there's tens of thousands being made every single day. You do have, and I agree with this, a 95% chance plus, maybe a 98% chance of losing money. Now, in a bull market, the asymmetric bet, like right now, I'm actually going to spend a week trading meme coins, and we're going to be documenting that here on the channel. So do subscribe if you haven't already, because I think it's an asymmetric bet because the market is so hot. We saw the greed index up here, and most things are pumping. So I think it's a favorable market. If you ever were to try and trade memes, it could be now. And I think this is where I land on this video. I'm going to show you all the cult memes that Murad is getting into, the ones down here we're about to talk about. But I'm also probably allocating 10 to 20% of my portfolio to the gambling memes, because they're the ones who can get you 100x overnight. With the cult memes, Murad thinks they're going to get you 100x over a year. And basically, yeah, if you don't want to gamble, if you don't have the time to gamble, if you don't know how to gamble, you're going to just buy cult meme coins from layer 1 exchanges. Buy and hold mentality. Very strong communities, and shelling points for funds involvement. He says all roads lead here, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his favorite meme coins there. Now, before we discuss the 10 meme coins that he's called, plus the 2 that he hasn't really been as public about, I wanted to show you why he thinks that these are cult meme coins and not just gambling meme coins. How does he distinguish between the two? I told you he spent months going through 10,000 plus different meme coins. Well, this is his criteria. And if you want to watch me break this criteria down in full, come back to this video back here I put out 2 weeks ago, where we literally go through this criteria and we find other tokens that Murad hasn't bought into yet that are fulfilling this criteria of a potentially future cult meme coin. But in this video, I just wanted to really touch on this quickly. You want to buy meme coins that have no mimetic ceiling, or a very large mimetic ceiling. If something can go to $50 billion market cap versus a $1 million market cap, you've got more upside in the one that's bigger. How do you distinguish that? Well, basically, how relevant is the meme? How much do people buy into the meme? How much money do the people who like the meme, how much can they afford on that token? Buy coins that have undergone multiple negative 70%. So when he said this, I was like, that is actually brilliant, because he waits. There's another point down here. Study coins that have spent a long time under $10 million market cap. In another tweet, he says that's basically about 6 months. But anything that's been under $10 million market cap for 6 months and has undergone, say, 3 or 4 negative 70% pullbacks it means there's no one there left to sell their bags. Everyone who's not a real believer in the mission has got out. They're like, this wasn't the one. And so that's why Murad swoops in then and he's like, the culture is bigger than the price, and this could be a cult meme coin. Study coins which have people hustling for free, who's out there working on behalf of the project. A community is going to work for the project. It's going to be more productivity and there's going to be more attention on them. And then using bubble maps and hold a scan to check the distribution to make sure there's no insider trading or snipers that have been early. We go through that once again in this other video if you want to come and watch that after this one. But this is where he personally landed, these 10 meme coins here. Because one thing you don't see here is these are Murad's 10 favorite meme coins. Great. But we don't know what weighting he's put into each one. So in our portfolio, which we made for our inner circle, if you're not in our inner circle, there's a link in the description below. I'll tell you more about that in a second. We will make this portfolio also available in the link in the description for free for anyone watching just on YouTube who haven't decided they want to join our inner circle yet. Because if you want to mirror and get the exact same results that Murad has got, you want to buy it in the same ratio that he owns it. You wouldn't buy it individually divided. So you can see lock-in down here is just 0.74%, while SPX is 70%. You can come over here to his portfolio. Don't have a look at this. I believe this is a scam coin that just came in as I've been recording this video. I don't think he actually has $26 million of this, which should get filtered out soon. Otherwise, it's something that's absolutely run and we should all look into. But I believe that this is just a scam that someone has sent him. You can see SPX, he's got $25 million worth of. If you come down to something lower, like Apu, he's only got $279,000 worth. Now, if you did want to mirror his portfolio exactly, inside the inner circle, we literally have a walkthrough video on how to mirror Murad's 2024 portfolio, where we walk you through not only on the weighting and exact allocation that he puts into his portfolio, but we'll literally go through, use the decentralized exchanges and buy them step by step together. And one of the tokens that we actually mentioned inside of our inner circle earlier is this Skibidi token down here. You can see it's only less than 1% of his portfolio, but for me personally, and we're going to be talking about this token in a little bit more detail at the end of the video and what Murad says on it specifically. It's currently at a $56 million market cap, but when we mentioned it inside our inner circle, it was at a $30 million market cap. And this is a token that we had a receipt of him buying. And we're like, okay, this seems like somewhat of a no-brainer, a lower market cap official Murad purchase token. And it went on to, which we're going to jump into a little bit more in a second, go from that $30 million market cap level up to the wick here, but we'll just go a nice 2x up to a $60 million market cap, and it's pulled back a little bit to $51 million market cap. But this is why, guys, you want to be inside something like our inner circle so you can get these tokens ahead of the mainstream. Let me show you another banger that you missed out on not yet being inside of our inner circle. So we have wallet trackers inside our inner circle where we track the best traders in the world. One of them being Kyle Chassis, who's literally made tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars in crypto. He bought this token called Reality Spiral, RSP, on the 29th of October. Our wallet tracker sent us this alert, and it literally came in before Kyle Chassis alerted his entire community. Like, we got, in our community, we got this alert because we saw his wallet buy it 2 hours before he alerted his own community that he bought it. And if you have a look at the time that he bought it with and compare it to the graph of the token when you got the alert, it literally went from a $400,000 market cap, we can measure this out together, up to a 2.78, even actually a $3 million market cap. It's a 6x in just the next 10 hours because we follow these Hall of Fame traders, people who have called the 100x tokens before, people like Murad, people like Becca, people like Elliot. Look for their wallet addresses, look for their portfolios, and mirror them so we can get the same results as them, whether that's 10x's, 100x's, or 50% losses. We know we're trading like the best people out there. People have literally made tens, hundred millions of dollars in crypto. And I built this software because I wanted access to the information that those 100x traders, the whales, the insiders, or the friends and family of all the developers, I wanted to have the information that they all have. Because if you have the narrative, say that this is the next Dogecoin, we might be talking about the SPX 6900. If you got in at a $10 million market cap or a $1 million market cap, or you get in at a $100 billion market cap, it's the same narrative, the same token, the same thesis, just worse timing because you're further down the news cycle. So literally we built all these tools so we can break down people who are further up the news cycle We look at their portfolio so we can see what they're already holding and invested into. We look at their social media so we can see what they're talking about. If they ever tweet about a new token, we get the information first. And we reverse engineer from their socials, both their YouTubes and X accounts, in order to get their wallet so we can see when they're buying or selling a new token. Which you can see even just last night. This came in last night just as I was going to sleep, 9:15 p.m. my time. We saw that Kyle Chassis sold SBX 6900, the token that we're actually talking about in this video. Now, what did he buy with it? Well, he bought 26,000 or 91,000 US dollars worth of something called Pepe coin. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I've never actually heard of Pepe coin before. And what I saw, which was interesting, is a really cool looking website, but apparently it's the OG Pepe coin. And these are things that I wouldn't really come across without that sort of alpha from inside of our whale tracker in the inner circle. Because this Pepe coin apparently was from 2016, which predates the Pepe coin, the Cabal Pepe coin, as they're calling it now. That's at a $4 billion market cap. And Kyle Chassis bought in, we can go back to see exactly what price, $3.40. And since just last night, because we got favorable market conditions and we got influencers buying, $3.40 is down here, it shot up now to $5.20. And there's so much liquidity that you could have put, like Kyle Chassis, a lot of money in here and made a lot of money. Now, they don't always pay off, but historically, they are asymmetric bets to make. I mean, this was an insane one. This was a Crypto God John alert that came through our wallet tracker from his socials, where he bought this token at he actually didn't buy. He was partnered with the project at a $10 million market cap level, shot up to the wick of the candle at 104 million over the next maybe week or two. And this was a really nice one for me. I just dollar cost average on my way up because you have to be careful. Insiders can sell off really quickly. So you got to know when you need to buy and when you need to sell. John actually hasn't sold any because the other thing our wallet tracker does is track when they make sales. So I'm getting a lot of questions on Twitter. I want to join your inner circle. I want access to those wallet trackers. How do I join it? Guys, just scroll down below and it says join the inner circle here. Click that link and you'll get access to all that software and all the breakdowns inside so you can stop trading like the mainstream and start trading like an insider. You can also click this link down here, access the wallet tracker. They go to the exact same place, just because I know some people look for wallet tracker and some people look for inner circle. Either of those links will take you to the right place. So let's get back into these two tokens that are inside Murad's official portfolio. We literally have buy receipts for them, but they're not in his top 10 convictions when he posts about them on Twitter. They seem to be under the radar. And I'm going to talk to you about both of them. And then I'm going to compare them to another play so you can make your decision if you're buying meme coins, which way that you want to go. Because the other play, Murad thinks, is going to be more profitable than this. But I thought this was interesting because this is normally how I trade, which is, I can show you this, going down the market caps of cryptos to trade the potential 100Xs, the things that aren't in the $1 billion market cap yet. Bitcoin, like Murad was saying, maybe has a 2 or 3x this cycle, where something way down the market cap, whether it be gaming, memes, or AI, something with a $10 million market cap can very easily 100x to that sweet $1 billion level. And so Skibidi is pumped up since we talked about in the inner circle to a 65, had a nice pullback, sitting around a $50 million market cap. Now, apparently this is a meme with the kids, Skibidi Toilet, and he thinks that those kids and that retail money is going to be flooding in through exchanges. This hopefully will be listed, and the other tokens, the meme coins, will be listed on those tier 1 exchanges and allow people to buy and sell very quickly without having to use dexes. On Twitter, Murad talked about Skibidi basically once. And he replies on September 27th to this guy who's talking about the hidden gems of Solana. And Murad says in the 10 mil to $100 million range on Solana, here are his top picks. And these are all very familiar looking ones, except for SCF, which we've talked about being one of Elio's favorites. And Becca might be mentioning SCF very soon. But apart from that, they're the ones that you see in these top 10 tokens. However, someone said, what about the $0 to $10 million range? And you can see Murad put Skibidi down here, and it's no longer in the $0 to $10 million range. We've already missed that first pump, but it's something that is way lower than the rest of his portfolio. If we look at the market caps here, $56 million market cap here compared to the hundreds, if not the $1 billion market caps of his other recommendations. But you may also notice something very peculiar. A $2.8 million market cap for fungi. 2.8 million, guys, that's insane. That would still fit the $0 to $10 million level. So let's have a look at the fungi graph. Well, it fits most of his criteria. It has been more than 6 months. It has had 70% pullbacks, but yeah, multiple 70% pullbacks. A little bit of a run up recently. I believe this was Murad induced up to an $8 million level. but it's only currently at a $2.6 million market cap. And it's a very interesting looking project. I'll let you research it on your own, but I want to show you what Murad said about it, because April 16th, he tweeted a 6 million fully diluted value for a new token standard, ERC20I, developing a marketplace for inscriptions on EVM chains. There's a chance you might be seeing it all over your timeline soon. Multi-month hold to moon or zero. So you can see this is a degenerate play. It might go to zero. He's also acknowledged that. These all might go to zero, guys. Don't be delusional out there. Just make sure you're only playing with money you can afford to lose. But he's saying in multi-month hodl, it could moon. Now, what would moon be? Well, it was already a $6 million market cap when he was getting into it and he was promoting it. So at a $2 million market cap, you've got a 2.5x until it gets back to that to the level where he was talking about it. And to be fair, it did hit that 22 or that $18 million market cap after he talked about it. So he wasn't necessarily wrong, but he hasn't sold yet and he's still holding it. And so just based on narrative alone, this could do decently well. However, this is what I'll leave you with. This is what Murad and even Crashes Clay, the two meme coin messiahs, have been honestly changing my mind about, is the lower the market cap normally works in crypto. But he's saying in meme coins, in order for the mainstream dumb money to have access to these tokens, the tiniest tokens aren't going to be the ones giving you the biggest results. So we put together on top of the portfolio Murad's own expected ROI for each individual token, meaning these are the ones that he's published and talked about and how high he thinks it's going to go. You can actually see here the target over this side. That's how high he thinks each of these tokens are going. And this is how far off it is. And you can see the number one ROI he believes is the one with, I believe, the third biggest market cap. And then 134x left for Retardio, but it's still in the hundreds of millions of dollars, where you've got Skibidi and you've got Fungi, and he hasn't actually said what sort of ROI he's going to get. But if you have a look at something like Lock-in, which has a similar market cap now at least to Skibidi, it's only predicting a 50x return, which is a pretty hilarious thing to say, only a 50x return. But according to Murad, according to his thesis, 2025 is going to be absolutely euphoria for us. We're all going to be printing money, and a 50x might not be enough. So what do you think? Let me know. Make sure if you want to join the inner circle, the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.